I am sitting here in beautiful Ouray. So we spent the weekend doing a little off-roading, doing some hiking, and just enjoying the beautiful mountains. And it's been so spectacular. I was terrified on this one trail called Yankee Boy Basin, just because the heights are really terrifying. But I got through it, and the end result was absolutely spectacular. I mean, the snow is still on the ground. The Colorado was hit really hard with winter, and they still have a lot of snowpack, and it worked in my benefit because it was so beautiful. That's what I love about our lifestyle, is that Chris and I both work full-time jobs, do what we can during the week to earn a living, and then on the weekends we get to play. And I think the key to our success is living within our means, is that we're minimal, and we stay within a budget. And I think that if you followed this rule too, that you can achieve whatever you want to achieve as well. So this video is all about how we do live within our means. These are 5 really easy things that I do to save money. Let me know in the comments which one resonates with you, and if you like this video, give me a little thumbs up. Don't forget to go to the blog posts. These videos are just quick little highlights of the actual blog post, so if you want to read more, check out the link down below, and you can go to thestatusfo.com and find this blog so you can read a little bit more on some of my tips and tricks. Glenda Hoon Russell here, and you're watching The Status Fo. All right, shop the manager's specials. This is by far my favorite tip that I do every single time I go to the grocery store. Not all grocery stores offer these specials, these manager's specials, or these clearance items. And so I tend to look for the chains Kroger, Smith's, King Soopers, Ralph's. And you can actually go to their corporate headquarters online and see what chain is available in your area. So I'm just going to go with Kroger because that's the one that we usually go to. But with Kroger, they offer these manager specials, or these clearance items. And the whole reason that these items are on clearance is maybe it's close to the expiration date, there's overstock, the packaging is damaged, like a rip or a dent in a can, or a holiday just passed, and so they're getting rid of things. Whenever I go shopping, I usually have a list that I follow, but with fruits and vegetables, I always keep it a little bit flexible. And this took some time to get used to, because especially when we were clearing out all of our debt, I used to really stick to a formal grocery list, because I knew we were going to eat beans and rice on this day, and maybe a rotisserie chicken tacos on this day, and whatever that might be. It takes a little time to do this, but being flexible with your recipes for the week will really help if you can get creative on the fly while you're at the store. And I'll share some tips of what I do when I'm at the store. To find the manager's special, ask an attendant to help you find those specials. And there's a designated fruit section, there's a designated dairy section, and then meat section as well. And then, what's the other one? And then the produce that's usually marked off, that's in bags, you'll see a big sticker that gives you, big orange yellowy sticker that'll show the discount. So some of my favorite manager specials are the fruits and vegetables that are pre-cut, and especially the vegetables. I don't usually buy a lot of fruits like this, but usually they're for a fraction of the cost. And the reason that I love this is because it saves me both time and money if I buy these manager's specials. I don't have to do as much chopping or washing or any of that stuff. And then it's also reduced price. It's a win-win in my opinion. And with pre-cut veggies, you can usually get really creative and make all kinds of things. So some of my go-to recipes are stir fry, curries, saute all the things, and sometimes a quiche. But there are so many different recipes that you can make with chopped broccoli or chopped cabbage. Some of the medleys that we really like is the broccoli cauliflower combinations. You can make anything out of that, at least a stir fry or a curry. And if you want to know some of my recipes that I use on a daily basis, let me know in the comments if you want to hear more about my recipes. They're super simple. Here are a few tips that I do every time I go shopping. Always check your bags or the plastic containers. Ugh, stupid plastic containers. But check them for rot. You know, as someone who's purchasing an item that is on reduced sale, it's your responsibility to make sure that that food is still good. And the thing is that you are still paying for this food, so you shouldn't be buying rotten food, right? And usually you can determine very quickly if the food isn't good, if something is too squishy, or for example, on salad, you'll see how the lettuce will get really soggy, and so be sure to check for that, because you don't want to take home something that you can't eat. That's a waste of money and your time. Also, with manager's specials, you'll need to keep in mind that these are foods that you do need to eat within a quick time period, and just depending on what it is, I usually need to cook a manager's special item between 1 to 3 days from purchasing it, otherwise it will rot. And because it is usually on the shelf because it's close to its expiration date, so watch your labels, your expiration dates, make sure that the food is still good. Also, you can ask when they actually mark down these items, and sometimes a store will just say it depends on the inventory, and so we mark it down every day. But then some stores will actually do a big markdown on a Sunday morning. What I usually do is I'll ask them what days they mark down, and then try to plan my grocery shopping around that time. Tip number 2 is use it up. So one of my favorite buys from Mother Costco is the rotisserie chicken. It's usually $5.99 for a delicious pre-cooked chicken. One thing that I always do is with rotisserie chickens, I use them twice. We enjoy the meat, we make tacos, we make beans and rice with the chicken in it, but what I'll do is I'll make a stock out of that chicken carcass, and that way I have a very flavorful stock to use for a soup or a curry dish. So again, using things up as much as possible so I don't have to go buy stock. The third tip is cut it up. So before you throw away any bottle, that's shampoo, mustard, lotion, toothpaste, whatever it might be, always cut it up before you throw it away, because you'd be surprised at how much product is at the bottom and the edges of that bottle. So one thing that I do is I have this tiny little spatula. It can fit inside most bottle openings, or I cut the bottle in half so I can reach inside and get the remaining product. And with this spatula, I'm going to be honest, I use it for if I'm trying to scoop up shampoo or lotion or mustard, and just be smart about it. Wash it, you know, before you use it on food or anything like that, because again, I don't keep a lot of utensils around, and so this has multi-purpose in our home. And I don't think that I have to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Don't use this spatula on chemicals. You know, be smart about this. You know, this is something that, you know, you can wash lotion off of a spatula, you can wash shampoo off of a spatula, but you're not going to use this for like ant killer. Here's a few little tips about cutting it up. If you are going to cut it, be sure to cut towards the mid to bottom section of the bottle, so that way your fingers can actually go down to the bottom and get the remaining product. If you live in a dry climate and you can't leave that half open bottle of lotion open, what I do is I will stick the top part and kind of fold it in so it fits just nice and snug onto the bottom half, just like you see in the video. That way your lotion won't dry, or any of your product won't dry out while you're using those last little bits. Tip number 3 is use your library. If you're a digital nomad or a full-time RVer, or you have a home in the middle of a city, use your local library. Libraries are so wonderful, and in the RV, I don't have room for a ton of books or DVDs. I'm a resident of Texas, and so I use our local library. I'm able to rent digital books, DVDs, PDFs, I mean anything. It's amazing all the different types of products that they offer through the library. I download it on my Kindle, and then I'm able to take it with me, especially when we are visiting different cities for, say, 2 weeks, a month, whatever it might be. What I usually do is I find a local library and ask them if they have any guest permissions or guest passes, I guess is what they call it. But with some libraries, I've experienced that you can pay let's say a $20 deposit, and you're able to be a temporary library user. That gives me access to their Wi-Fi, another place to work, and then also their books and their digital books and their DVDs. With that $20 deposit, you can use that library pass for a month, and then once you are finished, then they'll refund you that deposit. And I think that deposit is so you don't just run off and steal a book or something like that. So, but I think it's a small little investment to pay, and you do get your money back. You're able to use their resources. My final tip is shop your home first. Take a look around your RV, your home, whatever it might be, and find things that you can use up. So go take a look at one of your cabinets, say your bathroom, and next one, try your pantry. But find multiples of any item and make a note of it. Make it a goal to only buy something new until you have used up that product. For example, when we sold everything that we owned and moved into an RV back in 2017, I had boxes of little hotel shampoo bottles and shampoo bars, because Chris would always travel, and I would ask him to bring me the half-used shampoo bottles and the soaps, and because at the hotel they just throw them away. And so I thought, you know what, I can use these. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to take these with us on the RV trip and actually use them. I have not had to buy bar soap since we left. So that's 2017, and I have not bought bar soap. My goal is to only buy the new products until I use these up. And there's so many positive things about using up what you already have in your home. First of all, you're decluttering, but you're not being wasteful. If I bought something once, I'm going to use it up. And even if it's not my favorite smelling shampoo anymore, I don't care. I'm going to use it up because I bought it. You're saving money by not doubling up and buying things you already own. This will help you stay way more organized, because now you'll get in the habit of keeping track of one tube of toothpaste instead of having like 5 spread out throughout the house, and you're just using that one tube of toothpaste, and when it's almost done, you know that you need to replace it. If you haven't already, let me know in the comments which tip resonated with you most and how it worked out for you. If you want to know a few more tips on how to save some money, you can see some other videos. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm creating content. It comes out every single Wednesday, and it's only going to get better from here. If you want more tips on how to cut realistic expenses from your budget, check out this video. If you're struggling with overspending while you're shopping or at the grocery store, check out this video to learn about the questions that I ask myself when I'm purchasing something.